When you are creating your new test, you have two options. One option is to send people to two completely different websites. Another option is to keep everybody on the same website but show them two different versions. Perhaps one lot of people see one headline and the rest of the people see another headline. Now, this second option of keeping everybody on the same page is far preferable to splitting people between two separate pages. Now, the main reason for this is because when you send people onto two separate pages, there's a redirect that happens. And when that redirect happens, it slows down the loading of your page. So this could cause a problem with your conversions. Ideally, we want people to arrive at a page and then just see one version or another version. If your pages are very, very different, then there is a way that we can include both of these on the same page. But it only works if it's quite a basic page. If there's a lot of coding in there, and perhaps you have a lot of different variables and you've got a lot of PHP code, then this might not work. But it's always worth a try. And so we're going to set up a new test. And we're going to use the empty slot. We're going to call this one a demo of 2 pages in 1. I'm not going to bother with a description. The price I'm going to pop in there at $99 for the first, $99 for the second. We don't need the URL because we're going to be doing both of the pages in the same page. So I create the test, I go to the code, and we've got the first section of code which goes at the top of our sales page. We've got the second section of code which goes in our 2 different splits. And we've got the third section of code which goes onto our download page. So we're going to go over to our different pages. Now at the moment we've got a landing page, we've got option A, we've got option B, and we've got a download page. Now I want you to imagine that these 2 pages are very different. So for example, this one could be a very long sales letter, whereas this one could be a video presentation. Normally you would separate those, but we can keep them together. So if I open up Dreamweaver, you can see we've got the landing page, we've got sales page A, we've got sales page B, and we've got the download page. Now, rather than using the landing page, we are going to send everybody to the same page. So I'm going to get rid of that one. I'm just going to use sales page A and sales page B. Now this is sales page A. We've got the opening body tag right here, and we've got the closing body tag right there. I'm just going to separate those out a little so it's much clearer to see. So this is the content of sales page A. Now we've got exactly the same thing on sales page B. Obviously for you this content will be very different, but we've got the content there of sales page B and we've got the content here of sales page A. So what we're going to do, if we go over to Split Test Pro, first of all we'll grab this code and we'll copy that, and we need to pop that at the very, very top of the page. So I'm in sales page A, and I just want to paste all that code into the top. Now I'm going to pop back over, and I'm going to grab this section of code right here. And this section of code is used to decide whether people see one option or another option. So I'm going to copy that, I go back to Dreamweaver, and I'm just going to paste this in directly under the body tag. Now the way this is normally used, say if you were testing 2 different headlines, you'd put the first headline in the first section and the second headline in the second section. I'm just going to break these up a little to make it clearer. What we want to do is put the entire of the first sales page A, into this section here, and we want to put the entire of sales page B into this section. So I'm going to take this first of all, I'm going to cut that, and I'm going to put my cursor in here where it says option A goes here, and whoops, select it all, right click that, and I'm going to paste that into that section. So the entire of option A website, everything that was inside those body tags is now inside our option A split. So we've got the opening of the tag, which goes to just that point there. And then from here, all the way down to this section, that was the original content of option A. And then we've got the closing tag just there. And we're going to do exactly the same for option B. So this is option B. Everything between the opening and closing body tag I'm going to copy that, go over to this section again, and this goes in as option B. So I'm going to paste that right in there. So now, when this updates, you'll see that we've got the first web page here and the second web page there. So both web pages are now on the same page. Now, obviously, these web pages are very, very similar, but you'd normally use this kind of idea to test two different web pages. But it means that people arrive at one sales page and they'll see either one version of it or another version of it. When the people arrive, one of these will be shown and one of them will be hidden. So I'm going to save that file. Now we don't need sales page B anymore. We just send everybody to sales page A, but we do need the download page. So before we do anything else, we go back to Split Test Pro. I'll get the code for the download page. This is our download page. The code needs to go right at the very top. So I'll paste that in there. Oops. And I'll just save that download page. Now if I go back to my files, this landing page, we no longer need that, so we're not using that anymore. And sales page B, we no longer need that, so we're not using that anymore. So now we've got sales page A, which contains the original sales page A and the original sales page B, and we've got a download page. So we're sending all of our traffic to this page. That page shows one version or a different version, and then the people come to the download page when they actually place their order. So in many cases, you'll then need to change the name of this page. So I'm going to call it index.php. You would then upload these two files to your web server, and you're all set and you're good to go. Now, as I said, when you're testing two different pages, it doesn't always work like this. If you've got quite a static page and there's not a lot of code going on, then you can use this method to have both of those pages inside the actual same page. But if you've got a lot of code, a lot of different things processing, a lot of different variables, doing this method could cause a little bit of a conflict. But this is far preferable to sending people to two different pages because it happens much more quickly. The person just arrives at this one page and they see one version of it or another version of it. There's no redirect, so there's less chance of you losing those people. Everything that your website does that slows down the loading process risks you losing sales. So wherever you can, just use a single page test over a multi-page test. So just upload those files and you're good to go.